So, sir, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Ramesh Venkateshwaran. I am an alumnus of the Indian Institute of Management, but I am a regular teacher here. I'm a visiting faculty at the IIM Bangalore. I teach courses in the flagship PGP program and the long duration programs. I'm basically a marketing person, so my programs relate to the marketing discipline. One of the programs I regularly run in this institute is the product strategy and management. Also, the executive development programs, I do sessions on sales and customer experience management in addition to the product strategy courses.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So, what do you mean by value from business or a finance sense? Can you throw some light on that?
Well, yeah, okay. That's an interesting question because I am a marketing person and I see value very differently from the finance perspective. From what I understand, finance value is all about, well, you can take it in broadly in two perspectives. One is value in quantitative terms and one is value in non-quantitative terms when you talk of value creation for stakeholders and all the stakeholders and so on. But as a marketing person, I'm very clear about what value is. And value is about delivering something to the customer that keeps you in business. So for me, value is a very simple definition. Well, it's two things. One is from a business perspective, the understanding I have is the only reason an organization exists is because there's somebody who wants your output, your product or service. And without that person, there is no relevance of an organization. So as a marketing person, for me, value creation is all about what do you do to satisfy customers, market shares, and the usual. But in very simple marketing terms, for me, value is getting more than you're giving. The perception of getting more than what you give. So when a sales transaction takes place, a marketing transaction takes place, the customer gets something for giving something. For me, the simple measure of value is, does the person believe he or she has got more than he or she has given?
Can you also let us know how, from a marketing sense in particular, how is value created by organizations?
Yes. Now, again, as I said, the first thing I believe is the whole focus of an organization has to be outward to customer satisfaction or customer delight. And therefore, from a marketing perspective, value is all about a sum total of a lot of tangibles and intangible elements or components that end up in your customer choosing your product or service. All the rest actually, in my opinion, would flow from that. That is, your shareholder value will go up, your market cap will go up, but all that does not exist if you don't have a customer. So in a very simple way, for me, value is about, I mean, in a marketing terms, you can measure it in multiple ways. The simplest is market share, of course. But I would go a little beyond that and look at a large number of tangible and intangible components of value. The tangible components are easy. You can look at market share, you can look at market growth, you can look at profitability and a whole lot of other things. But when you look at the other elements of value, which leads to what you might call stakeholder value in some way or the other, I would look at the sum total of intangible assets that you have. So one of the things which is common in marketing is your brand value. What's your brand equity, your brand value, and that's what it delivers. Now, why is this relevant? For the simple reason that at the end of the day, your company survives and succeeds if you have customers. And if you don't have them, and they're willing to pay for what you have to make money for the company. And therefore, for me, value, apart from the standard measurements of value, for me, it's about, can you get your customer to buy from you, which is what we call customer loyalty. But I think there are two more important things on value for me today. One is, it's about share of wallet. If I have X money to spend, am I willing to spend it on you rather than on somebody else? And I think we're all fighting for share of wallet. And the third is customer advocacy. How much, it's not good enough to say I buy, but I also swear by your company and tell others to buy from you. And I think all of these, for me as a marketing person, is a component of value.
You want to share any example of such companies?
Well, I am a big Apple fan, and I think the best example I can take is of a company called Apple. And if you look at the value created by that company, a company which was on the close of bankruptcy in 1997, and in 2018 it crosses the $1 trillion market cap, which is only one indicator, but that's, in my opinion, not very important. But where do you get a brand where people are willing to stand outside a shop overnight, 48 hours, 72 hours? Where do you get a company which says its cash balance is $250 billion or whatever it is? A company which is number one on innovation, a company which charges a ridiculous premium in the marketplace. Just to give you a sense, the estimates are that market share of Apple phones is about 14 to 15% in the marketplace, and it's estimated that they make 93%, 80 to 90% of the profits of the industry. That is value, and it all stems from the marketplace.
Would you want to share anything else about how companies create value? Any other metrics you have open?
Metrics, as I said, my guess is, again, the metrics, again, I'm a very, I'm saying this because I believe that too much of emphasis is given to market cap and earnings and things like that. I believe that should be a natural consequence of doing something, and it all starts from the marketplace. And therefore, for me, the metrics of value are really about innovation, it's about market share, it's about price premiums that you can command, it's about loyalty to customers, it's a loyalty of customers, it's about advocacy of customers. Is the customer willing to walk the extra mile to get your product, or does he or she say, no, I'm not going to take this? I think these are the kinds of metrics which are the substantial value components of an organization, which finally translates into your shareholder value in some way or the other.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Professor, for sharing this valuable insights.